Censor and Puntland on W4CY Radio.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater.
Nice, here at Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how you love this festival.
It's my first time here, actually.
Really?
Well, it's Dream Theater's first time doing a Danny Wimmer festival, believe it or not. Yeah.
I bet.
We do all the European festivals, Grass Pop and Hellfest and Sweden Rock and all those, but in America, this is our first time being invited to the party.
Yeah, so I go and I do Download, Bloodstock,
Yep, done all those.
Hellfest, Grass Pop, Resurrection Fest.
Yep. Yeah, I've been to these with my son. My son has played all the Danny Wimmer festivals. He's playing with Code Orange and with his band Tala.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but now finally Dad gets to come out and play.
I know, right? Now, is he here supporting you now since you support him?
Yes, exactly.
I know.
Now, he's got a record release show of his own tonight, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I want to focus on that a little bit. How does it feel that your kid is in the industry too?
He's been killing it. I could not be prouder of him. He'd been playing drums for Code Orange for the last few years, and his band Tala, now he's playing bass in that band. So he's an incredible musician. Not only just drummer, but musician, now playing bass, and he writes all the music for Tala. So I couldn't be a prouder dad.
You know what I love about that is people in your and my generation, that didn't really happen. Like, I know when I was growing up, you might have experienced the same thing, I don't know, but it's like, my parents were like, yeah, no, you can't be a musician. They don't follow your dreams, get a real job.
No. We were born in the generation where we were probably not the first rock generation, but maybe the second. I was born in 67.
66 here.
Yeah, there you go. But now, all the kids that were born in the 60s, the Dweezil Zappa and, Wolfgang Van Halen, and you have all the second generation, Jason Bonham.
It gets even better. I interviewed Bonham's kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the metal band.
Right, yeah, actually John Bonham's grandkid, right? Was it Jaeger Henry? Yeah. Yeah, now it's on the third generation. But yeah, you see that now.
Cool as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I have brought both my son and grandsons into their first mosh pits ever.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it's funny. You know what I noticed, too? Tell me if you notice this. It's like, so we go out here Louder Than Life, and we see multi-generations at the festival looking at bands that are older, like Slayer crowd last night, your crowd, whatever it is. And I'm thinking, I remember, I went to Slayer and Metallica's first show ever, and there's no way I would have gone to see a band of 60-year-olds at that point in life.
Yeah. Well, back then, even I saw Metallica on the Ride the Lightning tour, so I was 84. And at that point, the oldest bands around were the Stones and the Who.
Right.
And they were, They were probably in their 30s or 40s at that point. And now here we are, the Dream Theaters and the Metallicas and the Slayers, we're in our 60s.
Right.
And the Stones and the Who are in their 80s. So, yeah, it just keeps going.
It's just amazing.
Rock till you drop.
At one point, rock was supposedly dead. Metal was supposedly dead. You walk out there at Danny Wimmer Festival and you realize that, no, it's probably bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of these festivals, too, you still have a generation above us, like the Maidens and the Priests and the Scorpions and the bands like that are even a generation beyond the Metallicas and the Slayers and the Dream Theaters.
And look at Ozzy.
Yeah.
Like, look at the love he's gotten from every single person throughout the world. I mean, to me, that says it all.
Yep.
Because we're one big family. Like, people think we're scary, but they realize that this is the best place to be.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm glad to be here.
So what was that one moment in time way, way, way back that you knew this is what you wanted to do? What prompted you to be a musician?
Well, it was probably seeing Kiss at Madison Square Garden in 1977.
Nice.
On the Live 2 tour. And being in that audience, I was only 10 years old, but being in that audience, even before the show started, and seeing the big Kiss light up, whatever you would call that, the backdrop, seeing it not lit in the arena, smelling the pot smoke in the air, and just the excitement of the lights going down, and you wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world, Kiss. Just that excitement, and the bombs going off, and the pyro, and that was it. From that point on, I knew that's what I had to do.
See, I love that because my story, first album I ever had, I'm a Jersey boy, so I was at the Jersey Shore on the boardwalk. I won something. They were giving away albums, and I looked up, and there were these 4 guys on this album cover. It was Kiss's first album.
Yeah,
when it
74.
first came out.
Yeah.
And I was looking, and I'm like, that's the one I want. And that is what brought me to where I am.
And it's so funny because that album cover for the first album cover is so iconic. But when you think about it, it's really just an updated version of the Meet the Beatles album cover. So it was like taking taking the same album cover and just taking it for a decade later to a new generation.
I love that you said that because I've always said that the Beatles and Kiss were very similar. And
Totally.
a lot of people don't get
I
why.
totally get it. Like Paul Stanley is the Paul McCartney character. Gene Simmons was the John Lennon character. Ace Frehley was the George Harrison character. They align even. You had 4 guys that all sing and all contribute. And Kiss was like 4. And when the Beatles came around, it was the first time there was a band of 4 characters.
Right.
You know, up until then, you just had Elvis Presley's or Chuck Berry's. But the Beatles came around, you finally had 4 distinctive characters. And it was the same with Kiss. When Kiss came around, you had 4 characters, and they were all like bringing something to the image of the band.
I always noticed, too, that in both bands, whoever wrote the song sang the song.
Right.
And then, like, John and Paul, every song either one of them wrote was both of them. Gene and Paul, every song they ever wrote, both of them had the credit. And then last week I was here for Bourbon and Beyond, another Danny Wimmer festival. Ringo Starr was here.
Oh,
that was
cool.
a bucket list for me. Like, I've seen almost everybody, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm watching Ringo Starr. He's in his mid-80s.
Yeah,
He's running around the stage doing jumping jacks.
Yeah, amazing.
And he was the reason I started playing drums.
Me too.
You know, so that's way cool.
Yeah.
So what else you got to tell us about that you have going on after Louder Than Life?
Well, we're in the middle of a Dream Theater tour that began last October, so we're almost a year in at this point. But we spent the first year celebrating the band's 40th anniversary and also celebrating the reunion of this lineup now that I'm back in the band. We've spent a year doing that. We went all around the world, all through America, all through South America, all through Europe, and now we're on our second run through the globe celebrating our new album. We put out a new album in February, but we hadn't had a chance to play it yet because we were so busy doing the anniversary tour.
Right.
So we spent the first year kind of looking back with the first 40 years, and now we're on tour playing the new album in its entirety, finally looking at where we are now, you know?
I love that. And how are people loving the new music?
It's been amazing, and it was an inspired album to make because it was the first album with me back in the band after about 15 years or so, so we were really very inspired making it. It was just a real renewed energy.
See, I love hearing that because it's tough when you do this for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
To keep that spirit
spark
alive.
Yeah, it's easy to lose that spark. I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I left the band after the first 25 years. After 25 years of doing it, I was fried. I needed some new inspiration to inspire me, so I went off and played with Avenged Sevenfold and Twisted Sister and formed about a dozen other bands. And ultimately, after spreading my musical wings and getting my rocks off, I realized there was no place like home, and I wanted to come back to my family. It's so great to be back with Dream Theater after all this time.
And with all that gap and doing all that stuff, probably now, it's probably better than it ever
absolutely.
was, right?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I think we all really missed each other, and we have a newfound energy and just respect for each other. We're older and wiser, and we appreciate each other a lot more.
I think that is a key with getting older, right?
Yeah.
Like you kind of see things a little differently, and
Yep, absolutely.
you're not that cocky young person.
Exactly. We used to bicker over, when we were in our 20s, we'd bicker over everything, every single
Stupid shit, right?
And now we're in our 50s and 60s, and it's like, you know what? We're just happy to be here and be able to do this.
Well, we're happy you're here at Louder Than Life.
Thank you, man.
And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you, man. Hey, what's up? This is Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, hanging right here with the Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.